Hello, wine lovers from Oyarwine. So, before anything else, I want to briefly introduce myself. So, my name is Luis, and I'm a WSET Level 2 certified wine expert. And just like a lot of people out there, I enjoy tasting new styles of wine, talk about it, but I also enjoy regions. But before we go into today's topic, I wanted to ask something. Have you ever tasted wine that is so good that you feel sorry for not having anyone nearby to share it with? Well, that's precisely what happened to me, and that's the reason why I decided to make this video for you and just share some knowledge about the wine that just blew my mind. So before revealing the wine that I was tasting recently and the reason why I decided to make this video, I wanted to talk about the region. So Puglia is a region located in the south of Italy, and it's a fascinating region in my opinion because there is this variety of indigenous grapes that you cannot find so easily in the wine market. I'm talking about grapes as Fiano, Bombino Nero, Negro, Amaro, Nero d'Avola, and well, the start of this video, Nero di Troia. Now, Nero di Troia is associated with a famous wine region in Puglia, and that's called Castel del Monte. First of all, Castel del Monte is a really great region. It has perfect altitude, and that actually explains a lot when we talk about grapes. Because as you may know, when you have grapes in a plateau of about 500 meters above sea level, they have sun exposure, which is just perfect for some grapes to fully ripen, but you also have them in an area where the roots of the vineyards are not going to find water and nutrients so easily that they have to struggle a lot, but that is going to give you a lot of concentration that is going to equal high alcohol and also high tannins wine. If we are talking about white grape varieties, when they actually when they are grown in plateaus or top of the mountains, they are going to retain a lot of acidity, so that is going to be very present in the glass. So guess which grape variety was actually able to produce great and exceptional wine in this region? Nero di Troia. And if you are an expert in Italy, you will know that Italy has, I will say, 4 different appellations. So you have the IGT and the IGP, which equal pretty much the same, and is pretty much creativity, and please don't see it as not quality. I've heard people saying that if they are experimenting, that might not be full quality, and that couldn't be so far from the truth. But creativity simply gives farmers or people who devote themselves into growing grapes the ability to experiment. And after all of the famous regions that are now protected, they have to go through this creativity process in order to reach the appellation or the protection that they have nowadays. And by creativity, I'm talking about the ability to bring some other grape varieties, including grapes that don't belong to Italy, and that's the reason why you're gonna find Chardonnay, Merlot, Sauvignon Blanc under the appellation IGT or IGP, meaning like the farmers had the freedom to bring all of those French grapes into their Italian terroir and see how those wines were going to develop in the glass. Now, the second one is the DOC, and the most prestigious appellation is the DOCG, which is the acronym of Denominazione di Origine Controllata e Garantita. This is the strictest appellation in Italy, and there's even a panel of judges who are going to taste the wines before being released to the market. And if the wine or the area is producing an excellent wine, don't doubt it that they are going to market under this appellation, because in other words, they are just giving you the best of the terroir. And this is where this wine comes to the conversation. So this is from Vigna Pedale, and it comes from Castel del Monte Riserva, And as I said before, it's denominazione di origine controllata e garantita. And take a look at the year, it's 2016. So by the time that I am making this video, it's been already 10 years. And I have to say, and you're gonna see it in a little bit, the wine looks so young that you wouldn't believe that it's been in the bottle for that amount of time. So I got my glass and I have this amazing wine. I feel so sorry I had nobody around to share it with, but let's just talk about it. Well, before swirling the glass, let's take a look at the color. So the color is not really that deep. I can easily see some of my fingers. I cannot see it 100% through the liquid, but I can actually see some movement. And there's some depth in the color, but honestly, it doesn't make me think that the tannins are going to be so strong. Don't be fooled by that, because you got Nebbiolo that I know that is not really deep in color, but the astringency is really present. But as well, it's a good indicator of how the wine it's going to be when we talk about tannins. So let's see, what do we have on the nose? And wow, I feel like a lot of dark fruit, very cooked dark fruit like plum, black currant, berries. I can perceive some balsamic aromas. Yeah, I would say balsamic, not herbaceous. And there's like this hint of sweetness in the nose. It's like you are getting some dark fruit jelly if you are trying to make yourself a sandwich. But yeah, the balsamic aroma is really present on this wine. So let's take a look in the palate, which is the most exciting part in my opinion. Wow. Okay. By the first sip, I can definitely tell you that the wine is really well balanced. There's no high or low acidity, it's like in the middle point. And then the astringency or the tannins, just as I speculated by taking a look at the color, is not really that powerful in the palate. So you also feel the tannins like in a medium level, is not low, because there are some tannins, I can perceive that in my mouth, but it's definitely not making my tongue dry at all. And then the balsamic aroma that I was telling you at the beginning is really predominantly in the palate. There's the aromas that you perceive, black currant, blackberry, that's actually there. And really, I mean, you can really perceive some wood aromas as well and good taste, but it doesn't really taste like a wine that has been in barrels, because it has definitely been in barrels. And for being in a bottle for 10 years, it looks like the wine has been in the bottle for like 2 or 3 years tops. Looks very young indeed, and it tastes, in my opinion, as a young wine. So this is actually exceptional if you want to keep it in the cellar. And it's a really good way to know the area. Castel del Monte is a region that I have never heard before. I have to do some studies in order to make this video. And at the same time, I didn't have any idea of the grapes or the wines that they were able to make until I got my hands on this one. So if you have the opportunity to go to a local wine store, or if you by any chance travel to Italy, please look for this wine. And before I forget, because I always want to say this, but I never say it in the videos that I'm making for my channel, but this one has an alcohol level of 13.5%. So it is indeed like a full body wine, if you ask me. Very well balanced with a good aging potential. So it's really a wine that I can beg you to please go and find. And if you do, or if you have done it before, please leave that in the comments. And if you like this video as well, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'm always trying to make more content, and definitely your support means a lot to me.